Welcome to High Oracles Reiki Spiritual Healing Channel. And this is a client edition. So this particular client, Miss Elsa, she has been talking to me and we've become, quite good friends. And she's been telling me that every time she buys a new car, that she gets into a car accident, that there's been several attempts up on her life. So we had to set out to do several cleansings up on her to see who were the persons that were attacking her in this way. And Sister Elsa let me know that I could use her story. And she wanted me to, make sure that you understood that this has been going on for quite some time, about 5 years, that she's been in car accidents after car accidents. And, maybe she said maybe in her 20s or 30s, it could have been going on longer than that. Okay, because she remembers being in car accidents. So I'm telling her that there are multiple people that are working against her, that have put attempts upon her life. Okay, and this is what we are understanding, that these people that are trying to create those freak accidents, they are actual spiritual narcissists. Those are attacks that are upon your life. They want to see you harmed. They want to see you sick. And they want to see you, most of all, unalive, so that they feel like that if you're out of the way, they can take your place, or by unaliving you, they can have your gifts. Okay, so, I wanted you to understand that these types of attacks, you have to know when things are going on in your life unnatural. Okay, we getting a lot of smoke off of that incense, so hold on, let me just move it around a little bit. So, I think that what we have decided to do is to do several cleansings on this client. We did several cleansings on the client, several different types of cleansing, in order to see how many people had cross-conditioned her and tried to take her life. Okay, and it was very astonishing what came out. Some of them were siblings. The older siblings, tried to take her life so that they could have this type of gift, her gifts, her blessings, her finances, her relationship. They wanted to control her life. And if they could not control it, then ultimately they wanted to, cause these freak accidents by using different types of attacks, black matter, voodoo, witchcraft. And so we want to make sure that we understand that these people are gutter. They are gutter people. They are, the bottom of the barrel, trying to have their way, trying to take their way in someone else's life. They can't focus on their life, because they've already signed contracts and they're already under, contracts with the entity. So what we want to do is, make sure that we have a connection to God. In many cases, you're going to have to fast and pray when you're having these types of attacks. We've had some people, automatically just reach out to her after we started these cleansings. And they have become, very obsessed with trying to reattach those types of negative entities to her, those frequencies, because of the contracts that they have made upon her life without her permission. Okay, so there is an understanding that, hold on, let me make sure and look at my notes here, that these persons, these freak accidents that these persons have sent to you, these are also hired spirits. And so when we started to cleanse, we started also having, people get sick that were close to her, close family friends. They started to get sick, and these people had taken her personal items to evil altars or evil places in order to send these attacks upon her, these higher spirits, these freak accidents. And so, it had my client, Miss Elsa, afraid to even go and buy a car and drive again. Okay. And, when you're under that type of attack, then we understand that, you want to take the precautions as you see fit. But you should not live in fear of these entities, these people who are spiritual warlocks, spiritual witches, okay, spiritual narcissists that are trying to send these attacks to put you in fear so that they can control you, so that they can, take you everywhere you need to go. You'll have to be reliant upon them so that they can monitor you, so that they can dump evil spirits and attach those spirits to you. So once we were able to cut off these people, these cross conditions that they have been sending out, these negative attacks that they have been sending out on my client, then we were able to see it was about 4 people that were trying to reconnect the negative energy because they were in fear that spiritual contract had to be fulfilled with that entity, with the blood that they had, taken on that contract. Okay. So now we are able to move forward, and she can go and buy her a car now. We're able to move forward without the fear. And so what we want to be able to do is continue to cleanse these types of people. You cannot have a break, because that means that the person is going to reconnect that energy back to you. You cannot give these kinds of narcissists a break. You have to continue to cleanse that negative energy. Once you started cleansing, especially when it is, debilitating like this, especially when it is unaliving spells, especially when it is someone trying to send freak accidents, 737s, when we go high, they go low. Okay. When we rise, they fall. So especially when they are trying to give you these deterioration spells, and we've been talking about this for a few weeks, because these narcissists want you to be in peril. They want your life to be in disaster. They want your life, and they want to send all of these types of attacks upon you so you don't have a reason to live, so that you're, on medication, so that you're depressed. Okay. And we're removing all of that. We're going to address all of that when we address those people where this type of attack is coming from. And if it is multiple people, then, this is one of those times that we have to use an animal in order to remove the negative energy. So we can do the transference to an animal and set that animal free off in the woods that was trying, that those spirits will be attached to that animal, so that, it can not only go back to the person, but any kind of death spell is going to be attached to that animal. And, if somebody should understand that the spell is no longer attached to her, and they try to reattach it, to my client, Sister Elsa, then we have protected her, with the asphyxity. We have protected her with the rule, okay, with the asphyxity, so that we can clear the space for those enemies. We have also protected, where she walks at, because, we have many accounts where these people were laying tricks. Okay, so this is going to help us to remove the negative energy from the situation, from my client, and it is also going to send that negative energy back to those 4 people who were sending these types of spells that, you know, in hopes that something would happen to her over all these years, but God was protecting her and shielding her from those types of attacks. So when you are the chosen ones, you're not going to get the attacks, the unaliving spells. It's not going to attack you. You know, it might affect your health, it may affect your finances, but someone that is envious, jealous of your life, you're not going to feel the effects of that attack, because God has shielded you from it. And now that you know what it is and you know who it is, we've identified those types of people, then we can also let them know that we're stepping away from you. We're separating ourselves. No, we don't want to go out for drinks. No, I don't want you at my house. As a matter of fact, I'm moving somewhere else. I'm not telling you where I'm moving to. You know, there were several people during the course of this cleansing that came trying to, you know, give her shoes, give her money, give her clothing, give her different things, hairpins. A lot of you do not understand when they try to reconnect these types of frequencies and energies to you, they will use anything. They can use, you know, a beautiful brooch. They can use a necklace, and now they got a noose around your neck. Now they've got something, you know, if they're giving you hair combs, pearl hair combs, now they can, you know, attach something to your skull, your hair, you know, so that you will have problems or skin problems. So we want to make sure that we tell these people, no, we don't need anything, that we, you know, do not take anything material from these types of people who are spiritual narcissists, who are warlocks and witches, so that we can cleanse ourselves and move forward and remove the cross conditions, and we're able to see it backfire on those who have sent those types of freak accidents and deterioration spells, those unaliving spells to us, and they are removed in different ways. And you can see them going back to each individual person because of what they have sent out, because of the evil that they thought was going to attack the chosen ones. So I hope that you have understood this message. You can reach out to me in the description below of this video. You can also reach out to me and book your consultations if you are having these types of attacks, freak accidents, you know, problems with your health. You can reach out to me so that I can acclimate a gift to your situation, and we can begin the cleansing or the prayers that you will need in order to fast. We can begin this process, you know, of healing. So please, like, share, and subscribe to me. You can give in offerings or donate to me, you know, in the description of this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm High Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer. Assalamu alaikum.